Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Jelly here with yet another video, and today's video is all based about things that I wish I knew before I had started Lastwar the first time. Now, granted, I have made multiple servers now, or multiple accounts now, so I do know this, and I have utilized this in my new servers, but I think this is more or less geared towards people that have yet to start or have started, but maybe they're too late and they want to restart or whatever, any of that. Also, to the people that might be pros or vets, I would like your guys' opinion on stuff like this. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know down in the comments below if you do. I like to see the varying opinions here. I'm sure that most of these are going to be very common knowledge, especially to the people that have been playing for quite a while. But honestly, to a lot of these newbies, this may not be super common. So without further ado, let's actually jump straight into the first thing, and that's actually talking about troops. Now, when it comes to troops, something I wish that I knew, at least when I first started, is that too many people like to save their troops for some reason. One way or another, they want to save their troops. Now, I did this at the very beginning too. I said, I got to save my troops. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I don't want to fight monsters. I don't want to fight Doom Elites. I don't want to do any of that. I want to save my troops. Now, granted, there are times when you should save your troops. Like maybe you have a Warzone duel and you don't want to kill thousands of troops, or maybe that you're saving it for fight night, Buster Day. Absolutely, completely get it. However, like right now, we're in the downtime. There is no Warzone duel. We will have Buster Day. But matter of fact is that that doesn't make a difference. I need to be constantly utilizing my troops. I need to be constantly not afraid to kill them. Main factor here is like if I go to the search and I'm killing up some Doom Elites right here, I'm going to lose some troops, more than likely. Maybe not on this one, but Goldies are out right now, right? So if I go to Goldies and I see these high-level Goldie bosses, so like these level 90s, I'm not going to be able to take them on alone. I'm going to need multiple other strong heavy hitters, and I'm going to end up losing some troops. So let me do one really quickly and show you guys exactly what I'm referring to here. Okay, so I did just start a rally. I had a couple people join. We got about 9 seconds before it hits, but I'm just going to give you guys a prime example. I'm clearly going to lose troops. I'm going to lose hundreds of troops probably because I'm not strong enough to take that on by myself. Luckily, I did have Batman to help me there. But I did kill the boss. I got some great rewards for it. Obviously, Goldies are the best. But if we go over here to this battle report, right, and we click on the zombie boss, you can see that a lot of us lost troops. But if we click on this, we go to statistics, you'll see that I killed 225 troops. Now, yeah, that is 225 troops, but the realistic output here is that the 225 troops are meant to be killed. What is the point of training troops if you're not going to just turn around and kill them or use them to what you need them to use? Now, I'm not saying go kill thousands of troops, but don't be afraid to use your troops for what they're supposed to be used for. And again, I know that seems so common and that seems like such basic information. And while, yeah, it is, there's so many players, especially even now in my current server, that I see that are trying to save troops, or, I see them on Friday night or Saturday afternoon saying, hey, can you kill some of my troops? When at that point in the week, you probably shouldn't have very many troops left, if anything at all. When it comes to Saturday, I've seen people in Warzone Duel, like in the middle of Warzone Duel, ask, hey, can you kill my troops? What do you mean, can I kill your troops? Warzone duels going on, you know what I mean? Or Buster Days going on. There's a billion ways for you to kill troops. I just think that you guys should be utilizing your troops for what they are. As you can see here, this is my drill grounds. I can hold almost 40,000 troops, and I'm not even halfway full. I'm not at halfway capacity. I haven't fought my Goldies yet. They did just release last night, but I'm going to definitely take advantage of Goldies while they're here. I'm going to kill some of my troops. That's what they're meant for, right? You're training troops to kill them. You're not training troops to hold on to them. So that's just kind of like the first major thing. But when it comes to troops, another thing I kind of want to point out, and I want people to remember what Frontline Breakthrough is, right? Frontline Breakthrough is this little helicopter here, and let's just say you have like no troops whatsoever, and you just want to get some so you can kill some low-level Doom Elites or whatever. Don't forget about this Frontline Breakthrough here, because it's like playing what the mini game is at the beginning of the game, right? This is how everybody got hooked into the game. This is essentially what that is. This is an easy way for you to get troops. Maybe not a lot, but it is an easy way to get troops nonetheless. This level sucks. Don't look at me. I suck, but yeah, there you go. This is an easy way for you guys to get some free troops quick and easy. Now, I have gone over quite a few things in my previous videos, such as the waterfall method. I do get quite a few comments going over it again, and I guess this kind of ties in with the whole troops thing. and, you know, things that I wish that I knew. It's pretty important to stagger your barracks. Now, as you can see here, I have a level 30 barracks, I have a level 27 barracks, 24 barracks, and 23 barracks. Now, eventually this will be up to 30, 29, 26, and this will stay at 23 because I want to stagger my barracks. Now, people ask me all the time, I've gotten quite a few comments on my YouTube video like, oh, well, you know, why can't I have them all level 30 and then just do the staggering the way that you want to do it, right? Like, how does it make sense to do X, Y, and Z? So I'm going to give you guys a quick example of what I'm talking about, right? So right here, I have level 7 troops. I have level 6 troops. If I were to upgrade level 7 troops, completely fine. They'd be going to level 8, correct? But the problem with staggering is if you want all of your, you know, barracks to be the same level, if I go ahead and just train a couple of level 1 troops, which I'm going to just because it's 5 hours, right? If I want to do this, I go ahead and train these level 1 troops, as you can see here in the barracks. I get level 1 troops, and if I go to upgrade them here, if I want to just say upgrade them to level 2, you don't get to choose what you upgrade them to. You can only upgrade them to whatever level that barracks is. So if you have all level 30 barracks, the only thing that you're ever going to be able to upgrade to is level 10 troops. So you won't be able to maximize the amount of points on the waterfall method when it comes to yes, right? You won't be able to maximize the amount of points that you can get. So when it comes to the waterfall method, make sure that you're keeping them at least at one troop level apart, or like level 24 is level 9 troop, or level 8 troops, level 27 is level 9 troops, and level 30 is level 10 troops. You want to keep them staggered apart. And obviously, you know, 4 barracks is the best variation of that. I do got to go ahead and upgrade these now. But yeah, I would go ahead and make sure that you guys are remembering that you can't upgrade to a specific level. You can only upgrade to whatever that barracks is allowing you to upgrade to. Now, to tie into my next thing I want to kind of talk about here is that I know that, again, I've kind of gone over this in different videos, and, you know, but some of you may not want to watch every single video. That's completely fine with me. However, all of them are great guides. They're great and very helpful for a lot of people. The second major thing here that's not even completely tied into troops, but it will be tied into battling and stuff like that, that I completely just did not care much for in the beginning when I first started, is make sure that your tech is taking priority, right? Being a level 30, fantastic work. However, being a level 30 with very little to bad tech is awful. Now, as you can see here, since my last video, I have kind of gone up a little bit better, 85% of the units. I'm trying to work into hero as soon as I'm done with special forces here, but this is very, very important. Do not overlook tech. Tech is going to be a huge difference between you winning or losing some fights. So let me go to 3v3 arena and let me see if I can pull up a really good example. Okay, so as you can see here, I do have this great advantage here, or not advantage, but this great fight pulled up here. I have a 27.4 million versus his 28.1, and my 26.4 should win. Now, if I go through this, you'll see that my 27.4 lost. It is at a power disadvantage. However, I am curious to see. Firstly, the major thing for me is chip. Everything chip. I kind of figured that I'm falling a bit behind when it comes to chips and stuff like that. But if you look, his tech also beats mine. His everything across the board beats mine. But my wall of honor absolutely clobbers his, and my cosmetics beats his as well. But the tech is probably the main portion there. I have the type advantage, right? He's running mostly tank here. He does have 2 missile, but I'm running missile and aircraft. So I have the advantage there. Even though I'm at a 700,000 power disadvantage, it is very important that you guys realize just how important tech is. It really will be like the difference between you winning a fight and you losing a fight is going to be tech and tech and tech. Everything tech related. So please do not sleep on tech. I do have a tech video on my channel that's going to come across at the end of this video. If you guys are interested, go watch that. I do recommend it. It is very helpful. That's tech part 1. And hopefully I will be making tech part 2 very soon. As soon as I get to my 80% on special forces, I'll be making tech part 2. But if you're just starting out, tech part 2, no need to be worried about. It's going to be a while until you're at that point anyway. Kind of a nuanced thing that I honestly think too many people don't take advantage of, especially brand new players that have no idea what's going on. A lot of what happens early on is you're trying to focus on HQ, you're trying to focus on building up your team, you're trying to focus on building up your base and tech and all that stuff. One thing that is completely forgotten about, especially at the early game, is all these buffs here. And these buffs are so important because the Secretary of Development, for example, gives you a 60% construction speed buff. Now, that's huge, especially early on when you're not already HQ 30, or say you're not a big spender, or you don't have a lot of speed up, or you're not in the biggest alliance. This buff is going to be huge for you in order to help you quickly upgrade. So do not be afraid to hold off and wait until day 21 or day 22 of the server whenever the capital opens up. do not be afraid to wait until this happens, because that 60% buff is huge and it will go a long ways. It'll help you so tremendously. And yeah, sure, it uses more resources because in turn you're upgrading more, but you don't have to use as much speed up, and you're not relying on outside sources such as helps from alliance. You're not relying on all that stuff. Do not be afraid to wait until those buffs open up. And that goes for every buff, right? You have this Secretary of Strategy, which is the hospital's capacity. So during fight day, during Warzone tool, not a bad idea, right? Secretary of Defense, unit training cap, plus 25%, plus 25% increased training speed. If you have all of your barracks lined up, especially on like day 4 or day 5 of VS, where it's training troop day, even getting that for 5 minutes and having all of your barracks completely staggered and all ready to pop at one time, perfect. That's a great opportunity. Make sure that you are taking complete advantage of these buffs. A major one that I see a lot of people doing, why not go for Secretary of Interior? When your minds are completely full after you wake up in the morning, go for Secretary of Interior. It pretty much, doubles everything. That's exactly what it does. More than doubles everything that you're collecting. Great idea. I recommend it. Make sure that you're using these buffs no matter what you're starting, no matter what you're ending. Make sure that you're taking advantage of these buffs regardless. I do want to take a quick moment to thank you guys all so much for all of your support that you guys have shown the channel. It really does mean the absolute world to me. I do want to announce that I am going to be starting a membership on my channel. As of now, I'm going to be completely honest, I have not really made a whole lot of plans for it. I just rolled it out yesterday. I'm going to kind of see what goes on with it. It's $4.99 a month, I think. No pressure. I'm just putting this out there once and once only. This will be the only time I mention it. I'm going to probably do 1 video a month or maybe 2 videos a month for members only. So that way, if you guys want to tune in or, certain streams, I'm going to prioritize my members, take care of them first, make sure that I'm replying to all of their comments, make sure that I'm liking all their comments, stuff like that. I just wanted to put that out there. This is the second one, but this is actually before the other one. This is also another post-edit clarity thing. I wanted to clarify really quickly the reason I'm running memberships on my channel, and again, no pressure to join, but I'm trying to avoid having sponsorships. I'm trying to avoid all that stuff entirely. I don't want to have my videos be sellouts. So the memberships helps me gain extra, income, extra revenue without having to do this whole sponsorship route. I'd prefer to do it this way. That's just the main reason why I even put it out there. Just a heads up. But yeah, again, thank you guys all so much for your support. If you do enjoy the content, make sure that you are subscribing to the channel and putting that notification bell on for every time I upload. I'm hoping to do that multiple times a week now, at least 2, if not 3. And I do plan on streaming every Saturday morning, regardless of if Warzone Duel is on or not. If you guys do enjoy this video, make sure that you leave a like and comment below what you guys think. What did I miss? What did I get wrong? What did I get right? Make sure that you're commenting that below. This is like a post-editing intermission here. I know that I'm currently going through like the shout out and stuff. I completely forgot to mention that I have kind of an idea that I want to run by you guys. I have thought about doing like base reviews and battle report reviews and stuff like that. I'm just kind of curious to gauge your guys' thoughts on that. Another thing I am working on and in the midst of is trying to work out a Discord server for people, fans of the channel. I'm just curious to know your guys' thoughts on that. If you guys think that that's a good idea, I would make it like the video dedicated to that, right? Like every once a week, I would do a video dedicated to reviewing maybe 3 bases and 3 battle reports. I want to do something like that. I'm just curious if you guys think that's a good idea. Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, the Discord server will hopefully be live. Can't make any promises, but hopefully that'll be live sooner rather than. So another thing that I completely just did not care for in the beginning, and that I thought was, yeah, it was important, but not as important as my heroes and all that. Drone is more important than heroes. I would go as far to say that I would think drone components is the most important thing about your drones. Yeah, leveling it up is great, but getting your components up and focusing on these is so important, because these are going to be a huge buff for your entire squad. If I click on the airborne missile research, right, you'll see here that it increases my hero attack. It increases my skill damage and a percentage of my hero attack. So it increases the base hero attack and it percentage buffs it. It's so important. Your drone components are so important. Leveling it up is fantastic. Do not get me wrong. I think leveling it up is super important. For the deluxe choice chests, I'm sure some of you guys have those where you're not exactly sure what you should get. Out of the 2 things, it should always either be drone parts or drone components. It should never be anything in between. I'll personally always actually lean components. Right now, I probably pick the parts because I'm at level 145, which is the biggest increase that I need in order to get to my next drone level. But yeah, I would definitely recommend to all drone component, drone component, drone component. It is so, so, so important. And if you are going to spend, $5 a day on the daily must buy packs, the drone is down here, I think, right? The drone component deal. There's this one and there's a $10 one. Fantastic values. If you're going to buy stuff out of the clearing market, if you're going to buy stuff out of the total mobilization, I think drone components is fantastic across the board. I think it is the best investment for your drone because that will just continue to stack and stack and stack and stack and stack. And there's no cap to drone components. You guys will thank me later for that. I need to put that out there. Pretty much all I have to say about drone. Make sure that you're focusing on it because it is actually kind of more important than your heroes. Don't get me wrong, heroes are important, but that is going to make your life so much easier. Now, right off the rip, I know a lot of you guys are running tank squads, right? Because a lot of you don't spend much money, or maybe you're not spending any money, or you're very low spending, so you guys focus on tank squad. This kind of goes for my other people that may not focus on tank squad. But when you're upgrading your base, it wants you to upgrade at least one of your centers, right? And typically you're going to go with the tank center because it's the first one you get. You're not thinking much into it, and you're just upgrading it so you can upgrade your HQ. However, don't do that. If you're running a tank squad, completely fine. But if you're running an aircraft squad or missile squad, make sure that you're upgrading that one first. You want to focus on that. And this seems like a tiny little nuance, but once you're up to like level 27 HQ and you realize, oh wow, my aircraft center is level 12, but your tank squad or your tank center is level 27, you're running an aircraft squad. That tank center is doing absolutely nothing for you. It is not helping you. It's not helping you win your battles. I just kind of have to put this out there. This is going to help your aircraft. I think it's kind of important to pay attention to which one you're upgrading. Just make sure that you're doing the research in the back of your head and say, hey, listen, I'm an aircraft guy. I want my aircraft center up. Make sure that you're focusing on the right one because I promise you back leveling is not easy. I've been level 30 for, I don't know, 130 days of the server. I think it was level 30 by like day 30 of the server. So we're looking at like 150 days, 158 days. And I'm still just now getting around to my centers. My aircraft center is level 30. My missile center is going to be level 29. My tank center is at level 25 because I prioritized air. I knew I was going to be an air. And then I knew a missile was going to be my second. So I prioritized that. And I think all of you should as well. Last but certainly not least, I think something that needs to be kind of drilled in everybody's brains, right? We play an alliance game. So being in an alliance is very important. And not just being in an alliance, but being in an active alliance. I know that there's a lot of newbies that are just in whatever alliance the game puts them in, right? So if we go here, to be fair, we're in a lot further in. But if I were to click on any of these, right, and I clicked on Adirondacks, oh, there's only one member there. That's not a good idea. Like, let's go to this 369 million, right? There's 20 people in this alliance. I'm sure that there's some people in here. Like, this might be a farm alliance. I'm sure that there's actual real players in here that play the game and are actually focusing on this, PPSA or whatever this is. I'm sure that a lot of these people are actually real players and they just never really cared enough to look into the game. Maybe they log in and they're just playing here and there. Maybe they even spend a little bit of money. I'm sure a lot of these people don't, but maybe that. Make sure that you're actually joining an active alliance. It's so important to not only your success, but also the server, right? Ravens and Wolves, there's 64 people here. Great people, have nothing but high hopes for them. But again, a lot of this, like early on, might have been not a super active alliance. And now it's becoming because a lot of these younger players that are just now learning the game, and I mean, we're almost 200 days in, finally going up to an active alliance. So make sure when you're first starting out, you're going to an active alliance and preferably one at the top of your leaderboard. Maybe not number one, but between that top 5 to 10 range is a really good place for you to earn rewards because the more active of an alliance you're in, the more rewards you're going to earn, the better tech you're going to have, right? Our tech is arguably the best in our server. We have a pretty good idea of what we're doing. Focus on development right off the beginning, and then war once season 1 rolls around. But alliance gifts, like this is huge. Having a very active alliance where you're going to get plenty of gifts, not even just the spending ones, but the regular gifts from doing rallies. The more rallies that you do, the more gifts you're earning. The higher gift level you are, the more everything stacks. I just make sure that you're in an active alliance. I have prioritized that in multiple videos now, and I know a lot of what I've said in previous videos, but I wanted to put this into one video because I think too many people haven't watched every single one of my videos. This is split up into like 7 videos, and they haven't watched all 7 videos. I want to put this together for everybody to realize These are the things that you should be focusing on as a brand new player or a very young player. If I did miss something, please let me know in the comments below. I'm sure I have. There's a lot to go over when it comes to this game, hundreds of things. So I'm definitely not shocked if I missed anything. But if you guys do agree or disagree, please let me know in the comments below. I appreciate all of you guys, but that's going to be it for me. Jelly out. Peace.